spawning in the tea house as a particular issue on this map. I disagree. I think Ghost in Tea House is perfectly fine because it lends towards that kind of play, which I think can be advantageous on this map, despite the fact that everything's pretty much made out of paper. I think if you take the Ghost into Rock Garden, that's particularly, you know, I mean, it's very close to the tea house to begin with, so you don't really have to worry about getting, you know, taken out from there. But it's also very nade-proof based on where it's set up. So, I mean, if you go to Rock Garden, I think you can leverage the Ghost to your advantage pretty well.
Little plug here.
You're close enough to see all the way down South Alleyway, so...
Yeah. Just gonna pluck the teams real quick. 3 assaults, recon, and support on NSF. 2 assaults, 2 recons, and a support on Jinrai. So both have their same lineout of being passive-aggressive or very aggressive, depending on how they want to play. Jinrai is already making use of the Ghost in the first round, just trying to get intel on things.
Yep. Like I said, I think it's really underappreciated on this map.
Yeah, but it's a good way to keep Snarl on his toes now, because the push can be prevented better that way. Snarl needs to get his move on and surprise him somehow. Which he seems to have done now. I don't know why they have not stick to the Ghost. If they would have stick to the Ghost, that would have not happened. Jeez.
Also, BK, you should probably learn your shit. The outside spawn in the courtyard is called Shrine, not Tea House. Tea House is the one where it's close to one of the cap points on the front side of the house.
And there you have it, folks. Commentators directly attacking other viewers.
Well, you know, we have a little bit of a repertoire going on right now.
Just kidding, just teasing.
Back to the game. Yep. Let's see. Nothing's really going on right now.
Yeah.
I'm kind of surprised by the lack of South Alley action right now. I mean, I think, you know, Halcyon's set up in a pretty good spot, but there's still plenty of ways to get down South Alleyway and around him.
Yeah, they're mostly just trying to prevent the Ghost from progressing, and the Ghost is just not moving because they can't progress. It's very stale. Not necessarily a bad thing to start the first round with, because it's early on, you have room for ties, and you can build up stress on both sides, because the more ties you topple on top, the more it means that one single win is vital for the team. And I know I'm putting a lot of emphasis on those ties, but they always have been quite game-breaking if they happened.
Looks like someone on NSF is finally moving down the alleyway, but a little bit too late to really matter.
Supposed to see a tie in the first round.
Yeah, I am too, but I think picking up the Ghost in the position that they picked it up kind of prevented them from really being able to do anything. Like I said, I think they should have taken South Alleyway.
I really liked how it suddenly picked up the pace. The round was over and there were so many exit frags that I couldn't even really comprehend. I could not comprehend what happened that fast.
I kind of disagree with the Jinrai composition right now. They're still rocking the 2 supports, 2 recon, 1 assault. I think, honestly, on this map, I would even go as far to say that you want really 3 assaults and 2 recons. Maybe a support for one of the recons.
They can make a difference, though. And I'm pretty sure if Pizza wasn't support right now, they would have lost against Snarl, so...
I don't think he would have been in that position to lose to Snarl, because he would have already been in the house, but yeah.
I guess so. Though you always gotta remember, with more supports in the team, and the recons going down, that means they still have a little bit of a pulse there to prevent more collateral damage.
Yeah, I think if you send 1 support house, that's fine, but it doesn't seem like they're actually doing that.
Well, Jinrai is probably not going to move much. I mean, they got an advantage of 1 man. They'll just set up in positions where they might get another pick. Especially with 3 supports, it's just better that way. Though for some reason, Rakebot is...
example of Rakebot being out in the open.
Yeah,
I don't really understand it.
Yeah, I really don't know why Rakebot went in that far. They gave a kill to NSF, which is nullified again by taking another person.
To me, there's really 2 things you can do with support on this map. You can either sit in the house, you can sit in a small courtyard, or you can sit in Rock Garden and watch South Alleyway. I think really that's the only spots you can go, and I mean I think it's relatively limiting, which is why I'm
nice
surprised
shotgun push by Deep Frog. I don't know if you saw that, but Deep Frog did a really good job of overwhelming him.
I'm not particularly surprised.
Yeah. Now, It's up to Servo. Servo being in the courtyard, he is not able to go far. I don't know why Halcyon left the spot he was up at, because he was on top of that wall. I was just next to it. But, well, Gecko might be able to pull something here, but I think it's mostly up to Servo here, as he has a better spot in my opinion.
Yeah, it's also kind of interesting to see a few of the players throwing nades into invisible walls on this map, which I'm a little surprised by. If they've been playing for so long, why they would not know that they can't throw a nade there. It's happened a few times already.
Well, the invisible walls on Shrine are a bit finicky, to be honest.
If you throw everywhere.
If you throw them right, though, some walls are actually at a height that you can't throw over them if you point the nade just pixel perfect. Problem is,
I don't
it's very hard to do that.
But I don't know. I never really try to exploit maps that much. So.
Well, there are a few walls that you can toss over, like the one from the garden. When you go through that little
south alleyway, you can throw down by the bamboo. That's the only one I know of.
Yeah, but it's also very tight. That's the only problem.
Yeah,
those walls are pretty close to that.
Halcyon getting an early pick on Doctor. I don't know where it was though. I didn't see it.
It was close to Tea House here. He was just snooping around there. Quick trade happening.
There we go.
Another trade going on here. They keep building up an advantage. I'm actually really crazed up here. It always starts so slow, and then the picks happen so fast that one team builds up an advantage during the whole match.
I'm surprised by RTJ's decision to keep the ghost inside of the house.
Maybe it's just paranoid that due to both exits leading you to spots that are a bit out of range of the ghost, that it might just be picked off in distance. Or just like that.
I think the problem is that if the ghost spawns inside of the house, I think it really can't be picked up until later in the game when you know that you're up a significant amount of people. Just because it's so easy to get killed through the wall.
Good pick from Gecko though. He saved that situation they were in quite well. Now if they get another pick, that would be even better, because that allows them to even out the points and also kill off the fact that the tie is in the room, just standing there.
Well, Pizza has a shotgun, and I think he's in the worst possible spot a support could be with a shotgun right now, and that's in main courtyard.
And Rake taking
I'm surprised he moved that way. Rake Bob is in the house with the ZR, which just got taken out by
Gecko. Completely going at it, always evening out what other people seem to have not been able to do.
Interestingly enough, he could potentially cap on Cheese if he knew. If he knew Pizza was the last one left. Looks like we might be getting a flank here.
Yeah, the only problem is Pizza's too close to the ghost to start any capping action.
He is now, but if he had gone before, after cleaning out RTJ, I probably would have picked up the ghost if I were him.
It's getting close. 15 seconds. Enough room for Gecko to be able to rush in and kill him or get killed. I think we're looking at
another tie, probably.
Yeah. I cannot really blame Gecko's decision though. I mean, he took 3 people, and I wouldn't risk taking the 4th one, especially if you know it's a support and you're lower on health. Exit threat for Pizza here?
I don't know. I think he has a speed advantage. He probably could have capped, particularly with the shotgun not being able to shoot through the walls.
Halcyon was hoping for you to sound hyped. Are you hyped?
I'm hyped.
Internally.
I'm internally hyped. I don't know. I've just been a little bit disappointed with what I'm seeing today.
Harsh.
I kind of expected a little bit more from these guys.
Well, we got a team that is fairly new, and we got a team that has not played a lot, so it is to be expected for it to be a bit of an up and down here. At least that's what I was having in my expectation.
I will say that Snile and Deep Frog have both been very good to watch.
Yeah, they've did a lot.
Halcyon
as well, though.
I don't know. I haven't really been that ecstatic about what they're doing. I'm also a little bit disappointed at the lack of adjustment in team composition based on map inside that they're spawning on.
What do you mean not ecstatic? The dead plate, for example, was great on red light, and a lot of flanks were pretty damn good, in my opinion.
I don't know, a lot of it seemed kind of secondary to actually any sort of thought process put into it, to be honest with you.
Well, I guess that's depending on viewpoint then. Everybody has their own way of good or bad decisions.
I think they're playing more based on individual skill.
Yeah,
Or,
that's what I've noticed.
like
Yeah.
chemistry. I don't think they're really discussing tactics at all.
They started doing that on tarmac. They like NSF seemed to have this thing going on where they move as a unit and stuff, but it kind of faded the more they
I
went.
think, when I was saying reckless play early on in tarmac, I think it kind of holds true now in that you're right. They're mostly just playing off of individual skill, doing their own thing, which is kind of I'm surprised by that, to be honest with you. I think Shrine is one of those maps where if you know the layout well enough and you discuss with your team what you want to do and have particular strategies for each side that you spawn on, you can really leverage that to your advantage and kind of just completely crush the opposition.
It's just crazy that we have that much room to just talk about these kind of things without any picks happening because both teams just remain too stale. That's the only thing that really bothers me in this match is that once picks happened and it's even, it always happens. Both teams have the rusher taken out. He's out of play. And then
Yeah,
they
that's
just fall
kind of-
back to being defensive and not doing much.
Yeah, I think that kind of goes back to what I was saying at tarmac, where I don't
Yeah.
really understand the constant one-for-one trade and then continue to sit and do nothing. Like, I mean, if you're gonna make that one-to-one trade and push in and open up a lane like that, you might as well take advantage of it by like shoving two assaults down their throat. But I don't know, just not really seeing that at all.
The more ties they give, though, the more they are giving the match out of the hands. That's the problem. Jinrai has a point. They have a point, and they have to get around at least to get all those ties out of the way. The more ties they give to them, the more likely it is that one single mistake can topple everything.
Yeah, I'm also just really surprised. I think this is one of the maps where you can really, really, really leverage the ability of recon to really, bunny hop behind people. Just because there's just too many avenues to watch as a 5-person team on this map.
Yeah.
I'm kind of surprised by Deep Frog and Snala not really, picking a lane and going at it. Because you're bound to find one that they're not watching that well. And I think northwest from the main courtyard, that U-junction there, I think that's probably an avenue that they could be pushing a little bit more. Particularly in the early game before anybody gets any sort of sniper rifle, because that really prevents any sort of push through courtyard. But right now, they really could have been doing that. I mean, I'm looking at it right now, and all they have is Pizza is the only one there.
Yeah.
And they're all significantly far enough away where if they could get in behind there, they'd be looking at the backs of a support and an assault by the tea house, and then Deep Frog would be in South Alleyway, which would be completely segregated from the rest of the team and not be able to really help them. So there's some major flanking that could be going on right now. Snala seems to be actually pushing towards Pizza a little bit. He saw the smoke, so he knows he's there. If Snala can get in there and get behind them, that's going to be really good.
But here goes hoping that he'll go for it.
Yeah,
Hesitation
I
is
think
your
there's a
biggest
chance.
enemy in those kind of pushes.
Well, there's a chance. I mean, I think Pizza made a mistake by throwing the smoke there. I didn't think it was really necessary for him to announce his presence by doing
Oh,
that.
here it goes.
Yep, looks like it. If you can get right in behind him, that's going to be really good. See?
Yeah, all he has to do is push through the S-Carter. Oh, he's looking in the direction again. It might be a bit dangerous now.
We'll see how it goes. There he goes. Alright. Nice.
Taking one
Alright,
guy.
this is really good. If you can get back. Yep, alright, this is excellent.
But he needs another
See?
pick.
Yep.
He needs another pick.
Good communication on
Ah.
Jinrai. Good communication on Jinrai, letting him know
Oh.
that Snala was there.
Yep. Gets
This is
away,
not
gets
bad.
away.
This is not bad.
Pizza.
If you can get Pizza. Trying to reload.
Ah.
Oh, close. Pizza really carried them there.
Okay, by all means, Gecko has 3 enemies facing, 2 enemies facing, let me correct that, and 2 enemies of them not having... Oh, God! Well,
It's a cap.
Gecko failed. I just realized that.
Nice
Gecko
cap.
gave away a vital position. Well, he had
Yeah.
no other choice in
Yeah,
some
it's tough.
regard.
I think, like I said, is you start to dwindle in teammates. You really want to put yourself between the cap point and the ghost.
Yeah.
It's important to do that.
Well, he was pretty much in the center, but he was going towards the picks. And, I mean, it's always alluring to go towards the picks because, we're at a disadvantage. I could even things out.
Yeah.
Only issue with this game is when you look away, sometimes you don't hear the ghost pickup. You have to sometimes have a certain degree towards it to hear it. So he probably might have not heard it even.
Yeah, there's a chance. But like I said, I think you just have to kind of be aware of the positioning of the ghost at all times. I mean, especially on maps like this where it punishes you, which is primarily one of the reasons why I like this map for competitive play. Because you actually kind of have to utilize the ghost. You have to be aware of its position, and I think you get punished for it if you don't do that. I think there's a fair amount of maps where you can go through and just play the entire time and completely ignore the ghost as it even exists. And I think on this map you get punished for doing that, and I think we just saw a great example of how that happened.
It's all about the bloodlust. Sometimes that just makes you forget the objective.
Yep, I mean that's fair.
Oh man, oh man. I feel a bit sad. While I'm really happy for the newcomer team of sorts to have a really great time to shine, it's just a bit sad that them not playing for a while, like the All-Stars team, I still refuse to give up on that name.
Yeah, I mean, I don't
time
think...
not playing seems to just hurt them a little, and it's kind of hard to watch at some point.
I don't know. I mean, you very much sound like a fanboy, which is perfectly fine. But like as I said before at Tarmac, I think they're pretty well balanced skill-wise, to be honest with you.
Fanboyism.
It's bound to happen.
Yeah. It's just that I knew them for a longer time, which also might have an influence of my thought process here.
I mean, I totally have a hard-on for AGO, but I will never do that.
Though I gotta admit, the way they're playing and the way they're getting the picks, it's well deserved if they win the finals here.
Absolutely,
like Team Cloaks and Ducks.
I think they're doing a great job.
Very deserving so far.
I'm thoroughly impressed with Pizza as a player. I don't think a lot of people know him. I played with him recently in a few public games, and I really liked it. He's a good communicator.
Yeah, it's very vocal on the comms.
Yeah.
It's a blast to play with him, especially competitively.
Yep, I agree.
Pizza's very great.
I mean, he's European, that's a downside, but what can you do?
We had a lot of issues with you Americans in the past as well, so same shot fired. The same shot is going to be fired back to you.
We have 3 sergeants on Jinrai. It should be interesting to see what kind of weapons they leverage here.
And except for going all support, assault, I mean.
They also have 2
it's interesting.
ties on top of their 3 wins.
That's one way to counter the health advantage from the support, so I think it's a smart move. They've been getting shut down by Pizza pretty hard, or at least getting a lot of negative trades with him, so I think it's worthwhile to take the weapon advantage, especially when you're dealing with the kind of rank imbalance you have right now because of the cap that the Jinrai had. I think going ZRS is a fair way to match MXs and be relatively okay. And the nades are always good versus support, so it makes sense to me for them to do that. I think that's a really smart move. This is the kind of shit I want to see. This is what I'm talking about when I see people switching up class balancing on
Gecko
teams.
getting away with 1 HP, very lucky there. Jeez. Yeah, good thing for him to just fall back here.
Yep. That's fine. I like this. I really like this that they all went assault.
Halcyon close to dead. Pizza's still taking out someone, starting the whole thing, catching fire.
Snyla really pushing into their spawn point.
Yeah, but he also has 1 HP. This is the 1 HP brigade. And he still gets someone.
He's got him. Nice. That ZRS, this is what I'm telling you, that's a very good gun. It's definitely a way to balance people being higher ranked than you.
Pizza abusing that bamboo for a good reason. Very good reason. Yeah. He has been peaked though. People know he's there. Still, him moving just a little bit allows him to dodge the bullets, taking out Afro regardless. Pizza, the real MVP. There's nothing else I can say.
It's not over yet.
He's
I gotta
taking
say.
another.
It's not over yet.
He's taking another person here, winning another round. I didn't want to say anything just because I was so focused on watching him here.
And isn't Pizza a stand-in for this match?
He is.
Yeah,
As
he
I,
is the
as I
stand-in.
said earlier, before we even started commentating,
Yeah.
I thought it was an upgrade for them to get Pizza over Hyde, to be honest with you.
It's crazy though. It's just like how in the other tournament back in 2013, Leish was a stand-in for another team and Leish just rocked the park. It's the same situation all over again. Stand-in saving the day.
Yeah, this is gonna be tough. You're gonna have a lieutenant soon.
I think they only have they can only lose another round before it's on the edge of them actually drifting off the far. If they lose another round after this one, they might be screwed. NSF, that is, I mean. And it's getting really one-sided as well. Pizza taking another life, reaching lieutenant.
I don't know what Snile was thinking there, that by rushing into a smoke.
Well, I think... No, he didn't. I thought he got the debt down.
No.
Oh, he did. It's right there. But...
Yeah, he died while
he wouldn't have even blown anyone up because it's in a bad spot. Ray Bob taking a second person. You know, even though the two support thing was claimed to be a bad idea, the supports took the most life so far from what I see.
Yeah, I think Pizza's doing really well. But like I said,
Yeah.
I think he's been very smart about where he's positioning himself. I mean, there was one point where I didn't really like where he was in the main courtyard with shotgun, but other than that, I think that like he's sitting in junctions where he's not going to get flanked very easily. And I think
Pizza now
going
going down finally. Took a really long time to actually take him out of his tracks for once. Whew.
Yeah, you have to use the train to your advantage. He's not sitting in an area where he can get shot through the wall. He's, moving a little bit so that people aren't, There was one point where I think he adjusted where his positioning was and he didn't get blown up. I don't know, this is tough. This is going to be hard to come back from this. There we go.
NSF
Nice
got
win.
the first win, nice. Might be a possible chance to gain momentum. Though it's going to be hard to throw Jinrai out of their state of mind just because of the fact that they have such a big advantage. They can still feel a bit easy about that loss.
Pizza picks the AA and drops it to someone.
That's interesting. I'm a little bit curious about what's going on.
Yeah, and Recon
commentary-
definitely picks it up.
commentary
Probably
chat right
Frog.
now.
No, Halcyon.
I think
Yeah,
it's
Halcyon
interesting.
doing another shot, AA push right into
Ooh,
Snile, taking it out
that's
immediately.
just- to watch.
Snile was
Oh.
trying to set our longness from what I've seen, as the weapon just dropped right next to Halcyon here.
Ooh.
I personally, even though it's their kind of thing, it's the team's trademark and such that they want to use ZRL, I wouldn't recommend it in this match at all.
No.
Versus supports? No, thank you. I'm fine with that.
But they gained an advantage though. Pizza's down, Halcyon's down. Both top players of the team in this current map are down.
Yeah, I think, I don't know, there's a lot of pizza hate going on in the chat right now, and I don't necessarily agree with it. I think it's pretty easy to say that so-and-so is good at X class and so-and-so is good at X class. I don't know. I think a lot of people going into this would have probably taken the NSF over Jinrai as far as who's actually going to win this. But, I think there's a lot more nuances to Neotokyo than just saying someone is really good at support or someone is better than another person in the class. I'll take an individual who is an good player at 2 to 3 classes than someone who's an expert in 1, to be quite honest with you, because I think that gives you a lot more options in the long run.
Also
I
to
think
get
Pizza's precisely that kind of player.
also to get back to you, Mega, due to you putting up here, I read it earlier. So I have no idea what the fuck this commentary is. Well, we're just commentating the spur of the moment. We're commentating this map. So if Pizza's doing well on this map, of course we're saying he's doing quite well as a support. Because obviously he's showing exactly that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fine. It's fine. I think there's more to it than just, you know,
And me just having
stating
that little
something
rant.
very obvious.
Yeah. But Mega doesn't seem to understand this. Hence I'm
That's
just
fine.
putting up that claim here.
What can he do? He's European.
Shots fired once again. NSF taking the second round. They're building up momentum. If this keeps up, they even things out. They might be able to even out completely.
Good. I think switching to assaults was a good choice on their part. I really like this.
I would even go as far to say that Snala as a recon even is a worse idea now. He should go back to assault. And he's still taking the set long. He shouldn't take that.
I think, you know, I gotta say, with them knowing that Pizza's lieutenant and not using an SRS, I think it's fair for... Ooh, actually, he switched. He switched to SRS.
Yeah, he
This is gonna backfire so bad now. This is absolutely going to backfire.
Oh, they were requesting a pause.
Yeah, this is interesting. I think knowing that Pizza was not taking SRS originally, I think that was kind of, it's fair to use ZR long in the courtyard, but the problem is with that is that from the northwest corner, you don't really have a lot of good sniping positions.
Here's the thing. He was looking the entrance to the big garden.
Yeah.
If Snala would have pushed forward on the roof, like he tried to way too late.
Yeah.
He tried that way too late. If he would have pushed earlier, it would have gotten him.
You're right. If he had gotten up there, he might have been able to get him before he was setting up.
He was up there way too long, way back there where you get up, not moving.
Yeah,
and Pizza was looking at the exit for so long. He just picked him so much,
I don't think it's unreasonable for them to try to ZR along the main courtyard, not knowing that there's an SRS yet. You know, I think.
Yeah.
I don't think he should do it next round, but I think it was fine this round to do that.
It's never too late to experiment. It's just getting more narrow as we go.
After taking out Snala, I probably would have pushed forward as Pizza. I don't think watching the courtyard, particularly when the ghost isn't there, is very beneficial at this point. Now he's just kind of taking two guns out of the fight. I don't really understand it. Or at least go through the house, something. Stop sitting where he is. I already have somebody in spawn watching the South Alleyway. Two people there, actually. This is kind of ridiculous.
Sadly, we didn't see much play from Van so far. He doesn't seem to be able to build up as much momentum as he had on the other map. I thought he might be able to pull something out of the sleeve like he did on Red Light a few times, but so far nothing.
Yeah. To all the hungry commentators in chat, I currently just ordered a mozzarella cheese pizza myself, so I'll be enjoying that in about 35 minutes.
Nice.
Pizza taking another life. I was having self-made pizza yesterday.
Yeah, I like making pizzas.
Gecko taking two people.
Ooh.
Bringing this thing down the line.
That was nice.
Huge advantage. Pizza taking out Gecko. Still he's in a disadvantage here. If they fall back now and just wait it out.
Not. Switching to MX is correct here, I think, but a little bit late.
Very good. Gecko.
This is tough.
Okay, well, Vamp left.
Unfortunately, RTJ seemed to have timed out there because he was behind the statue thing, and he wasn't shooting at all. He could have killed the Gecko, but wasn't shooting. So
someone just provided me with a new "Smokes Not Jokes" joke.
Said are wrong.
Steam Sniper in chat, more like ZR wrong. I like that. That's nice. I'm gonna use that again.
Wrong, more like said are wrong. Pretty damn good.
That's a good one. So, is the Italian internet run by their mail service as well? Because I know their post is really bad.
RTJ didn't pay safety money, so the mafia's after him. Basically.
Yeah, this is interesting. I think there's something worthwhile to have a little bit of a discussion about a potential momentum pause. Is that what we're looking at here? Is that what this is?
could be.
Are they requesting a pause to kind of gather themselves a little bit? Do we have a time limit for pauses? How long does it last?
Well, I have 15 minutes total.
Take
with
one
normally...
pause of 5 minutes.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's no issue.
Yeah.
All right.
But I'm used to like other majors where 15 minutes total pause time during the whole match is common.
What round are we at right now?
We are currently I think this is the 9th round. coming
Alright,
up.
so
The 10th coming up here.
There's still a chance. This is good. This is a close game.
Yeah, it's getting close again. It looked so one-sided first. But
yeah, Jinrai
they
had a
keep
lot of
catching
momentum
up.
in the beginning.
Swedish ice hockey strats, timeout tactic.
Alright,
It works against the Finn.
Snala going ZR long again. More like ZR wrong. We'll see how it plays out. I'm curious where he's gonna. I mean, the ghost is in the courtyard, so there's always that.
And both teams lost their points again.
Ballsy positioning on the rock with the ZR long. This is interesting.
Well, he's not moving in these cloaks, so he has the short moment. He got right off as the cloak gone away, so... Good play. Still a good player.
Problem with the ZR long is that it does break the camo.
Let's see if the cost did them any good. If it was for tactical reasons and not for technical reasons. Very slow play now. NSF just needs one single pick to turn the thing around.
Does anybody actually feel as though watching the South Alleyway is best done from the spawn point? Because I don't. I mean, if you look where Cerro is right now, I don't really understand that positioning whatsoever.
I really don't. I don't think it's the best way to do it.
Where would you say would be the best positioning for watching South Alleyway?
I would actually go to the exit of that Sun Garden or behind, like towards that new rock constellation.
In the bushes there.
Yeah, rock constellation is also good.
Okay, I would agree. Deep Frog in a tree with the overpowered Jinrai green camo.
They lost a player on both sides again. And Deep Frog is going down to Afro. Very good.
The camo didn't help.
It was a very good play though, because he just went for the most predicted spot. At least for him, because I didn't ever see him skip that spot. Gotta keep in mind though, people don't use it that often, so I'm surprised he never forgot.
It's interesting. I almost wonder whether RTJs utilizing these crashes much like football players do when they hold their ankle on the ground. It's almost like...
Go to hell, Agile. I don't know why that was posted in the chat.
Well,
but apparently you're supposed to go to hell.
BK's our irate drunk viewer this evening.
He was talking about the ice hockey strats.
And there we go. Tied out. Score 4 for each. Now, it's going back to the typical tie battle they had on Red Light.
This is going to be good. I'm really curious to see what happens here.
Yeah.
How did that ZR play out? Did we see any action from the ZR?
Yeah, I think the ZR picked one guy. Or it dealt damage at least, because I didn't think... I think he went down after getting a few hits on someone. Is he still using it though?
Yeah, he is.
Yeah, he is. Wow.
Yeah,
down to one support now on Jinrai. I think that's been like that for a few rounds.
Oh, he's going back to that roof bit. But Pizza's in the same spot like last time.
We'll see if Pizza figures it out.
This is the sniper battle take 2 here. And he's doing the same thing again. He's just waiting at the back of the roof. Which might cost him the chance.
Yeah, especially now that Pizza is switching positions. This could be really bad for Snyla.
Oh, Snyla cloaked. He's just watching. He's not doing anything.
Pizza.
One hit.
One hit by Pizza. Ooh, that's tough. Pizza put him in a bad spot. He really should have stayed behind that second rock.
Well, he knows he's on the roof probably. Ooh. Take another hit. Back to hiding.
Yeah, it's not looking good for Pizza. He's really put him in a bad spot here.
Push the bind there.
This is not good.
Oh dear. Well, actually, the center along proves to be quite well in this spot right now. I'm surprised. Very surprised. Pizza's taking very hesitant peeks here. Doesn't want to go out too far.
I do want to have a
The ghost is helping out.
We do have currently 19 viewers. That's pretty good. I think that's more than Finland Hockey has for viewership. That's not bad today.
I think the other match had like 40 or something. I don't know what happened up to the point now. Maybe the finals are not that interesting anymore nowadays.
Snella, where is Snella going? This is interesting. He's going for a long flank down South Alleyway.
Well, both teams have not lost a member, and they're really now just trying to get a pick. One single pick is enough to just topple everything around. They are hurling the ties back and forth, trying to catch it. And it's not just one round on the edge, it's 3 rounds on the edge here. Halcyon is starting it.
Here we go.
Oh, here we go.
If he's smart, he'll get out of there.
Yep, he got out of there. About every NSF member started moving. Oh, damn. 13 seconds. Good. Oh.
Oh boy.
Even out.
Boy.
Even out last second.
Oh, that's not good. There we go. There it is.
Taking it last
there
second.
It is.
Jesus Christ.
Wow.
Ouch. Ooh, that might be the game breaker. That might be the game breaker
tough.
right
Round
there.
13, that's tough. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what happens. There's still a chance. I wouldn't call them out of it yet.
They cannot allow them to win though. They have to take a round. A tie is still acceptable, but they have to take the round. NSF needs to take it or they're close to done for.
Halcyon A13 in house. Let's see how this plays out. Giving away his position. What a lot of people don't know about Shrine is these sconces, the light sconces on the walls inside the house, they project your shadow around the wall. So I think Halcyon sitting where he was in the main conference room is really a liability. There's a good chance he could have got shot through the wall by anybody who's a competent player. Something to watch out for next time you play Shrine.
I'm actually
you really want to stay away from the walls because they're so thin and you can see the shadows, like just going to get lit through the wall.
I'm actually starting to get a bit thrilled here.
I mean, I know Snell is really good with the ZR long, but I'm not necessarily really agreeing that he wouldn't be better off with a Jeet on this map, to be honest with you.
Yeah, I agree.
Nobody is in a health advantage here. NSF is has only one player that has been taking a hit.
Halcyon's locking down that house with the A13. It's going to be really bad for anybody who tries to go in there.
Gecko has an SRS, Pizza has an SRS, I think. So most teams have the possibility to go at it. Actually, no. Snala has an AA here. Oh no, Halcyon has one. Whoops. Pizza does not have an SRS then.
I don't believe so. I think he's MX. Or he traded a gun with somebody because he has
a 2-day,
right
2-day silenced.
Yeah.
What is going on now? I can't really follow the process of what's happening because both teams just seem to do something.
Waiting.
Well, NSF is trying to get something on, but Jinrai is just stacking in the corner.
I mean, they're in a position right now where if they have ties, it's to their advantage, correct?
They're also in a position to close their, they're really close together, and Nate could take out 3 people.
That's true, but as I said, Rock Garden and Cloaks, where you can get shot by
Deep Truck is starting it, taking out Afro.
Yeah, nice push.
And with that, the round's already lost. And it's, oh wow, okay, never mind. They still win as
so close. So close. This is not looking good for us.
Wait, oh, did he get the pick too late?
He did.
Wow. Very, very sad. Well, here it is. Worst case scenario for NSF here. They have to win.
Can they
all the rounds now?
They can, if they get 2 more wins, it'll go to sudden
No
death.
ties allowed. That's the worst part.
Yep.
They cannot tie it out either.
Well, they went all assaults again, or are they Snala still recon?
Snala still recon.
Okay.
might be
Jinrai
deadly,
Raybob is going back to support. So they have 2 supports now, I think.
Defrog behind him.
That was
already.
really sneaky.
That was a good rush.
Vamp is going after him. Gets RTJ
Alright, it's
instead.
time.
Defrog took a bit of a hit, I think. Nope, he did not. Wow. They
Gecko's
take him out.
Gecko's being very
person
smart
up.
about his SRS positioning. I like this.
Rakebot
left
goes
leans
down.
up corner.
Halcyon as well. Afro as well. Ooh. It's getting tight for both teams here. Jinrai has disadvantage, but NSF cannot give that advantage away at all.
I don't know. Pizza's got that SRS. There could be a chance.
The tingling feeling in my fingers coming here because it's a situation of discomfort for both teams.
They got to be careful in the south alleyway here. They know if Pizza can get a pick on the guy at the corner, then that's it.
It's another
lights out.
minute. There's so much time. They can't.
If Pizza peeks this, I want to see if he peeks it. Is he gonna peek it? He's gonna peek it. All right, let's see. See if NSF is dumb enough to look. Oh,
Pizza needs to stop moving. Oh, I
This
don't
is gonna be
like.
bad.
Oh.
Halcyon should push.
Yeah!
No!
Oh, wow.
God,
There it
He
is.
made it.
Shot kill.
Fucking there it is. Oh god,
Bad,
watch
bad.
out for the nade.
That was failing the nade actually.
If Halcyon can follow up
Evening
here.
out. Vam cannot push. He doesn't have the health.
Oh
He gets
god.
the
Oh,
person
there it
actually.
is. Oh, this is just.
Pizza just evening it out again.
We have an SRS off.
SRS versus
Oh,
SRS.
Gecko's going in for the flank. Well, Pizza's lined right up. Oh, this is not good.
Wild
This is
here.
not good. Here we go. Pizza's gonna get him.
Oh,
wait.
he does not.
Wait.
He also missed the shot.
Oh
Not
no.
to switch.
Oh,
Pizza
there it
gets
is.
him.
That's it. Pizza. MVP Pizza, in my opinion.
Cloaks
Yep.
on Ducks takes the fucking title in the most graceful way possible.
MVP.
Well played.
MVP Pizza.
Pizza
That guy
definitely
is
the MVP here. Holy shit.
Much impressed. Many wows.
Jesus Christ.
I don't think we would have seen that kind of play out of Hyde for sure.
Well, most interesting fact is that Regbop now has a new tattoo he has to put on his body. He said he would do it, so you'll better do it. Oh man, well-deserved win. Very
that
well-deserved
was a
win.
good match. It was a good match. There were a few down points, but it was a good
Best
game.
example of new generation beating the old one.
I'm gonna link the channels.
Ah, thrilling.
Hey guys, can you hear us?
No response. I don't think they can hear us.
Oh, let's move to.
No, yeah, let's not. No, don't go to the route that might spoil the stream.
Neotokyo then.
Hello, can you hear us now? Oh, there's not linked.
Yeah, we could hear you. Like,
Oh,
Oh, we couldn't hear you.
it was still green. Little
okay.
icon.
oh man. Very crazy game at the end there.
Yeah.
Good game.
Wow.
So, how does the losing team feel? Let's start with the losing team here. Any thoughts?
I feel like I fucking choked so fucking hard. But I can put that probably down to a few things of like, I expected initially the Defrog Halcyon would be playing Recon, and I expected that I would be going against them mostly in order of picks and not actually fighting them both. But what ended up happening was that I ended up getting double teamed every single time by both of them. And if I tried doing anything else, then I had difficulty because that had like put me off. But yeah, them two recons on Shrine like were fucking me up so badly. Like if I pushed anywhere, like they would both push, but they'd stop and kill me. Like that doesn't often happen when you just 1v1ing a recon. Like normally if it was say me or Halcyon or me versus Deepfrog only, we'd ignore each other. If it's both of them, one of them will kill me, like every time. and it becomes really fucking hard to do anything.
But still, you got pretty good picks on me on red light, which frustrated me right to hell.
Yeah,
Red
but
light
it was
crazy.
like I don't know. I've got a lot to say, but like essentially, I don't know what it feels like playing against me, but now I know what it feels like playing against me, and it's fucking frustrating. It was driving me up the wall.
Snyla, I loved it when you, I don't know, you must have tabbed out or crashed or something, and you came back in, and I kept killing you on red light then when you tried to rush because you didn't have the weapons to shoot me down.
Yeah, like honestly, like I will honestly accuse your team of a bit of turtling. Like you were you do the picks thing, which is what our team have done as well, where you'd send a recon or 2 recons in your case out to get a pick, and then you turtle up a bit.
Yeah, to be fair, what happened pretty often is that we would get shot to low health, and then it's either suicide to go out. Especially on Shrine, I was constantly low HP.
Yes.
So either I go out and suicide or I have to turtle at this point.
Yeah,
No,
I felt
I
like I
will
was playing
say-
against turtling players like constantly, but I was doing a lot of damage, but I wasn't killing anyone. It was driving me up the wall. Like I couldn't, I don't know, hit reg or what, I don't know. It was horrible.
I was gonna say, sorry, the Jinrai from a third-person perspective, they were doing a very, very, very good job, even on red light and on tarmac, of swapping out players with low health and rotating who was in the front line. So
To be
that might have
honest,
been part
though,
of the struggle, though. That you
To be pretty honest, what happened a lot, like, both teams would gone into a pretty stale movement there. Was as soon as both aggressive sides, like the recons, would get their picks, because of them going down, the teams would just go into a position of not moving a
I
lot.
would agree. So it's particularly so on red light.
Yeah, red light and Shrine. Shrine had that a lot as well. Like there were 4 rounds, one
we
pick
call
happened
that
on
the,
both sides and just went slow. It was like chess.
We call that the runaway tactic.
Yeah. Regarding Snyla and
It's
Shrine,
Sanshi tactics. Like people know this. It's like it's something that, in my opinion, now after playing that and playing lots of competitive Neotokyo, we need to really, really desperately figure out how to stop clock abuse, because everyone does it. It's not like it's a bad thing because everyone does it. It's the way you have to play the game. It's the meta, and it's really stale. It's really bad. And clock abuse.
Oh,
like
most of those rounds were timeouts. Like most of the rounds.
I literally kept
sides.
saying what time it was. I said we have 30 seconds left, so just hang back.
Yeah.
And 10, 9,
That's
8, 7.
The meta currently, and it's really fucking stale. Like it's really bad. And
I mean,
like honestly, you need to put any sort of. Me personally, I'm going to refrain from any kind of competitive Neotokyo until it's addressed because it's really fucking frustrating.
We got a lot of hitbox hype going on here. Holy shit! Just going into there, just checking out. People are going crazy.
Wait, on the mumble? I mean,
no,
on the
hitbox. Yeah, people are just saying stuff like, "Look at it." For example, here, look at the bright side. Afro's ego didn't take a hit because he lost with Dr. M's name. Snyla is the John of NT.
As the what?
You telling me we didn't have
The
Dr.
John
White
of
playing?
NT.
What?
So does the new generation beat the old generation?
That's what I
Guess
said.
so, yeah.
That is what I said.
by the way,
Okay.
Snyla regarding
Snyla got wrecked. Cloaks fucked Snyla. That cost them to win.
Yep,
Yeah.
that's the nail in the coffin. Uninstalling, like holy shit.
Snyla
Make
regarding
way for the new kings, Cloaky Duckies.
We actually knew that you were out of place once Deep Rock was like, Snyla's assault! When you shot him down. I was like, yep, I think our plan has worked out.
Oh
Yeah.
man.
I tried doing other things as well. Like I was pretty crushed in that game, to be honest. And like that wasn't good. I've never even like had that badly before in a competitive match. Maybe it was because it was a best of 3. It was sort of multiplied 3 times for how bad it was.
Wait a minute.
But like I was shut down at all angles, and I cannot do anything against defensive play, like that defensive, and that's the inherent nature of competitive Neotokyo. It's always going to be defensive as long as the timeouts still work as they are. You're always going to be playing a defensive game.
I see you're using the picture I found of Cloaks and Ducks.
Yes.
We could just extend the round timer to ridiculous amounts.
No, what?
Then people would just be waiting for ridiculous
Don't you mean
amounts
the
of time.
opposite? I mean, I'm really glad that we agreed to decrease the timer for this
definitely.
tournament. But I think we could decrease it even more.
It
is
helps
definitely
towards that goal, but it doesn't solve it. It like definitely does help to some degree, like ease the pain of that, but it doesn't solve it in any way.
Yeah, but it has made it a lot better in my opinion, though. I mean, now that I see some servers are still on 3 minutes, I'm like, Holy shit, we're only on 2:30. I'm already dead.
It used to be 5 minutes on some American servers. That was nice.
Oh yeah, I remember.
That's
I've seen
unplayable.
5 minutes. I've seen 5 minutes as well, and we have waited these minutes out quite often. Wow, yeah. By the way, I must actually point out Vamp and Snyla. Snyla, when I was trying to flank you from behind on red light into that little tunnel, you actually instantly headshotted me when I had the shotgun. And the last round on Shrine, Vamp, I had 100 HP and just wrecked me in an instant.
I got 4 frags in that round, I think, but I didn't manage to get it all the way through. Also, general tip for anyone watching or anyone in here who hasn't done it yet: just go into the properties for your Neotokyo game and untick sync to Steam Cloud, because that was what was causing my timeouts. Because every time I crashed,
Oh, really?
it was trying to sync Neotokyo to the Steam Cloud for no reason. There's no save states in that game. No save states or anything.
Yeah,
no reason for them to do it.
Yeah, the Steam Sync has been a problematic issue for me as well. So I've had it turned off for quite a while too.
Yeah, that might have been happening to RTJ, but like otherwise, just make sure everyone does that, because there's no point in having it, and it will, like, on some cases, make your game crash pretty frequently.
Yeah, people leaving having scores reset was like a pretty lame thing that happened to both teams throughout the games.
But at least it was fair. Both of the teams.
Yeah, definitely. We kind of had it to equal extents, but
yeah. But it was quite funny because the timings were pretty much all the time on spot. Both of the guys just went poof.
Yeah. My favorite one was when RTJ disappeared with a ghost on tarmac.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that was good. Another thing I really that really pushed it to the edge there was the juggling of ties. You've built up a lot of ties and you didn't like, especially on red light, they kept juggling back and forth.
Yeah, that gets frustrating.
I'm pretty certain I kept getting confused with the ties. I kept thinking that we had to win one more round to win, but apparently that wasn't the case.
Yeah, I hate getting ties, because then you have to like count how many rounds until when, and I'm terrible at counting. Like, I'm bad at it.
I don't play this game
More
for
so,
counting.
you have to pay attention to actually be the one leading, otherwise the ties just stab you in your leg.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I was quite aware. Actually, I was a bit wasn't all that fascinated when we were 1-0 ahead on Shrine and we were getting ties on end. I knew that it would, in a way, play into our favor a bit, but still, there wasn't any guarantee.
So, what do we win?
Yeah, I don't know anything. I don't think
money?
there is. I think you've pretty much just killed the old player base. I think that's your reward.
I'm
Score.
moving to reflex, guys.
Well,
See you later.
when I started uninstalling, that's what I wanted to do.
Another
I wanted
thing
to
that I
kill the
really
old player base.
noticed, another thing I really noticed is that it also seemed to have hurt you a bit that you haven't played for a while.
Well,
I think that's another factor that might have just hit you there.
Yeah, I hadn't played for 3 weeks. In fact, beforehand, for the past 2.5 weeks, nearly 3 weeks, I've not even been using a mouse. I've been using a trackpad while I've been on vacation on my laptop. So I've not played any games or used a mouse. So that might have been contributed a bit towards it, but I have played Neotokyo regularly coming up around the tournament. But as for my team, like Afro, Gecko, Dr. Michaelopoulos, and Lisan, even though them two weren't there, but Afro and Gecko certainly. I mean, Gecko didn't even have the game installed until 20 minutes. Until 20 minutes before the game, he didn't even have the game installed.
All
to be
part
honest,
of the plan.
neither did I.
Here are the option selects.
Wow.
I didn't say anything, but yeah, I had to reinstall it.
So like, yeah, like our team is like just, they weren't that regular. They used to be regular a long time ago, and they're not so regular now. And it makes complete sense that like these new people, these new players on the block.
But Mike did kick a lot of ass.
These goddamn
Yeah,
upstarts.
Mike rocked. Shoutouts to Mike for like.
This is
playing.
just.
Yeah,
it
I'm
kind
glad
of must
Mike's...
suck to be like basically the only US player in like a whole EU tournament.
I'm glad Mike showed up when he did.
Oh, this
so I
time
could
we had
leave.
as well.
Yeah,
That
but
was
this one
nice.
doesn't have a job. Like.
Though to be honest, I was more on the side of I was more on the side of the Team NEOTWINKS, just because they've been around so much and it consists of a lot of very good players, like probably the best players for the time. New generation. It just reminds me of that one time when old Fnatic played against new Fnatic in CS.
I don't get it.
You mean old
At least a fair statement.
Old generation versus new generation. Simply
Wasn't
put.
it? Wasn't it Nip, by the way, or Fnatic?
I think it was Nip. It was
Was
no.
it Nip?
It was Nip.
Yeah.
I have
You had,
no
like-
idea. It was
You had like
Swedes.
Heat versus
Swedes.
Get Right.
Wait,
like
are we the Nip of Neotokyo?
I guess we're old
Guess
Nip of
so.
Neotokyo.
Yeah, old Nip.
You're finally
I
Heat and
wanna be
Gecko
Just
like
that
you
the
always
outcome
wanted
is
to.
different.
I wanna
The
be
No,
Get
outcome
Right.
is
I
way
think Afro's
different.
Heaton.
I was gonna dibs Heaton.
Yeah,
I mean Afro's Heaton. Come on.
yeah, that makes
I don't
sense.
know
actually.
anyone else from Nip.
I don't know any of the old players. I only know the new players. But yeah, I don't know. I'm
I
not
think
saying anything.
It was nice to lose. I've been looking
Uh,
forward to it.
I like
I think
in,
Afro and Gecko
in,
hope we were losing a lot sooner than.
Yeah.
We can finally pass this torch that isn't even burning anymore. No, but on a serious note, thank you for a really good game. That was really enjoyable
Yeah.
for me.
Yeah, it was
It was
definitely
good.
fun. A good
yeah, that was
challenge.
some fun.
Yeah,
Except for the fact that Neotokyo is a really campy game, but that's no one's fault.
Yeah.
wasn't that fun for me, but it was definitely a learning experience about like what it's like to play against really good recons and also what it's like to get completely shut down. 'Cause I'm not saying anything, but like I think I top fragged in like almost every single match I've been in up until now with my team, and like I got completely shut down in this match. I'm not
The
saying
one-
anything, but my team lost
Full-
because of that. Maybe who knows?
The one thing I
Full
really
disclosure.
enjoyed, like the best part of this entire finals, was Snyla complaining about people not registering hits.
Dude.
Yeah.
Full disclosure,
I
Deep
was
Frog
like,
took us around the
where are
maps
we?
and showed
I
us your
consider
position.
that a win, no matter what.
We
That's
were
what
like,
happened.
we were having trouble with the hit reg, but that's just, I guess, us playing against recons. But it was even happening on stationary targets. I don't know, but it's difficult either way. But
But
Alright,
Snyla,
so
Deep
we'll
Frog
see you
took
in
us
a
around the map
rematch
earlier,
once
and he showed us,
Neotokyo 2 set,
showed us
right?
where you hide.
That's coming along nicely, right,
I will
Agile?
say I was thoroughly pleased about the
That's a
smokes
yes.
because I got to make my smokes joke.
That's not your joke, that's my joke.
Well, I used it because your smokes were fucking jokes, man. That shit.
Yeah,
Oh,
dude,
yeah.
no,
You gotta
no.
work
I,
on that.
I completely
You
agree with
gotta
that.
work on. They were terrible, man.
On red light,
Every map, I was like, "What is this smoke? What is this?"
They
Like,
are
what?
the best smoke.
A round would start on red light, and like I would hear like 6 smoke grenades go off in the first 5 seconds.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it was
there's
like
no
smoke in their
point for
spawn.
that.
Like, what does
Those
that do?
smokes, especially for them being on main road. What the fuck?
No, there was an idea behind it, first of all.
What was
it's
the
just-
idea? For me to make the joke in commentary?
Yep.
Well, it did kind of work because that meant I, as a recon, hoping to go for picks, could only push so far before hitting
Yeah,
like a
that was the
physical
whole
wall.
idea
That
of
was
them.
the idea.
That was the
thing- the
entire
thing
idea
was-
behind them.
You can't really use smokes in the narrow alleyways because your teammates are assaults and recons. So we just smoked off in the early time, just the street.
Yeah,
and
makes
that's it.
sense, guys.
Since we can't really use them
So like,
anyways.
yeah, on red light, there's like just going to this wall of smoke, and I couldn't get past it. I couldn't do anything, so I could only fall back because it was like so concentrated. If I did try going through it, I'd probably come to a standstill. It was that fucking concentrated, the smoke. Like,
Best smoke
I
ever.
could, I was suffocated
420
before I got
blazing.
out on the other side.
420 blazing.
Yeah, because it was
Yeah.
like we just didn't want you to come through the middle all the time, or just doing your little fun rush routes.
Because you killed me all the time on mid, which was just
But
yeah,
yeah.
so who are the smokes jokes now?
But sometimes I also felt the problem of too many smokes. I was like, the fuck am I supposed to do now?
Yeah, it works
Just
both
wait.
ways, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Like you
Yeah.
have to give up on ever taking the
Yeah.
middle street on red light once you get the smoke sign. It's like, don't worry about it. Like we'll just leave it.
Now, what I forgot to ask, I told myself I'd ask this. Servo, are you there?
Yes, sir. Yes. What's up?
I was putting up this the statement that you might be the person with the most temper in the team. Did you actually keep your calm, or
That
did
was
you?
definitely Snyla.
No, that was me. Like I was like
Snyla was getting very salty about
I
it.
was getting really salty.
I
So
guess
Servo-
I was
Servo kept
covered
his
in
cool?
vinegar at the end.
Yeah,
Like, it was-
like Servo was like cool as a cucumber, man.
Yeah,
Wow,
Servo had
cool.
like clutched some really nice rounds as well.
I
I'd
could
say-
tell. I could tell
RTJ
the way his support ass was just clenching on red line.
Yeah, RTJ was trying on our team to really rage because it crashed all the time and did some. It's like this and that quite often.
And then,
Well,
the corner
But it's
incident.
by the way, it's the first time I've ever heard RTJ cursing in Italian
That's actually
in
true.
this game.
Oh,
That's
that's
actually
so fun.
I've never heard him curse in that language before.
Oh, for real? Oh well,
Yes.
when it curse in a language which is not exactly Italian, then when you have to be actually scared. So when you just hear a different sound, a pretty different sound from the Italian, which isn't English either, then you have to be scared. That's some shitty dialect I know from my own place. That's not Italian. That's not even Italian. And well, when I get that shit out of me, well, that's when I'm really, really raging.
Yeah.
Like I will probably punch the screen while shouting the shit, so you won't see me playing for the next 2 weeks probably. So, but never mind that.
But we were actually keeping our cool quite well. Sometimes we were it's starting to get a bit more loud over little irrelevant maneuvers that got us losses. But other than that, we were just chilling, having fun. More or less.
Well, we weren't chilling exactly, but we were having fun indeed.
Yeah, the
Yeah,
first
get
two
off that.
matches, the first two matches were like fine for our team, but like I was getting like really salty by the last one, and it's like because I was
fine
like
for the team except for Snyla the
yeah,
entire way through.
like my team was fine. It was like just me because I was just getting like blown the fuck out so fucking badly.
I mean, I worked through a 6-pack of beer during the match. I wasn't exactly
Probably would have done better if I
out
fucking
about
had
it.
money so I could drink. I probably would have done better. Doesn't feel good though, being semi-finalists like me. Well, me being semi-finalist twice now for Neotokyo tournaments, never actually winning.
My first 1,000 hours played of Neotokyo was spent stoned out of my fucking mind. Just smoke some pot, man. I'm telling you, it makes you play better.
Well, I may have drank a bottle of whiskey before I played this.
Yeah.
Rake Bob has
The smokes
before
really
the match.
show, bro.
I think
Before the
Rake
match, it was so unbearable to listen to. Holy
Rake
shit.
Bob, did you
Wait, hold
stop like 4
on, he
hours
just admitted
before?
doping.
I took a nap and then I just
Yes,
woke up.
I think Rake Bob stopped drinking 4 hours before the match, and he had been drinking since the last night, pretty much.
Woo!
How long did you
Good
sleep
times.
though before you started again?
Oh, maybe an hour. Good times.
Actually,
that-
same. I
That being
slept.
put out there.
I actually
I-
slept for 2 hours before the match, so apparently me and
yes.
Breakbob helped it.
RTJ, any thoughts on switching from 56K to cable internet?
I don't know. It's just I don't know. Maybe it's Italian internet being
I had the
total shit.
suspicion of you not paying the safety money you have to pay to your mafia friends.
Yeah.
Well,
Instead of using fiber optics, you're using noodles there.
Oh,
Oh,
pasta.
yeah.
He's
connection.
using spaghetti.
Italian
Rigatoni.
infrastructure not doing too well at the moment.
Just putting this out there.
What's going on
summarizing
in
the
it?
match.
Snyla, did
I
you
would go as far to say that this title is like the most deserved I've seen. It's definitely deserved.
Did you say something about stream chat going wild again?
Well,
Nyla.
There's a lot of talk in the chat.
yeah, people are
Oh, yeah.
talking a lot about it.
How many viewers did we
There-
have?
We had
23.
Around 20.
They're
20 to
talking
20.
about how
True.
Deep Frog has better movement than Snyla, and also how good Pizza's voice sounds.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Pizza's
That's
good voice.
pretty much what they're talking about in there.
I think at this
Lovely.
point in time, Deep Frog's probably like got me pinned on like any kind of movement. I was fucking up bunny hop so bad though once I choked.
I will
Like-
say though, there were quite a few just like irate drunk watchers who were just like dropping the salt in the chat during the matches. It was pretty rough to watch.
Okay.
Oof.
Like,
I,
BK was just BK and Mega. Those guys, like I don't even know. They're like the fucking abusive fat white guys just down in
Wow.
baseball game. They're just sitting there like drunk off their asses, yelling at the pitcher. It was just terrible. Just so salty, so salty.
yeah, I'll resign to the fact that Deep Frog's probably the best recon in Neotokyo at the moment. Actually, not probably, but is the best recon player in Neotokyo at the moment.
Until
Oh
Snob
my
comes
God.
back.
Nah, I don't agree.
Ah.
2v1,
Compared to-
man. You would have won.
I was 2v1, but Deep Frog has this uncanny ability to switch between playing like me and playing like Stealth. Like he can play both ways, and I can only rush like a fucking idiot, or like stealth like only doesn't really have his movement down, so he only really plays kind of sneakily.
Styla, I did say earlier that Defrog literally took us around the maps and showed us all the points where you hide in usually.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We had a good debriefing on how you basically function as a human being.
I did warn my team that like you gotta watch out for Defrog. He plays pretty much just like me, but it was like. And then it turned out that it wasn't just Deepfrog they had to contend with. Then Halcyon would be shortly behind Deepfrog. It's like a small train of recons, and it was really difficult to do anything with about.
Halcyon was more rushing than me, I think.
Yeah, I was more into rushing. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm kind of sad that we didn't get to do the PZ train.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was really disappointed.
The ghost
captures train, guys.
Yeah,
we
the
only
ghost
had one
captures
PZ
were
train
totally
in the
locked
tournament.
down, so.
For a while on Shrine, I had no points for quite some time.
Yeah, and we won a round, and Rakebob was still on 0.
It's like, God damn it, why did this happen?
Support play didn't seem as prevalent in that match as it was in others, though. Like even with Rakebob on the other team, like I was thinking like it was gonna be much more common, but like in fact it was mostly Pizza like doing most of the work as support.
We
which was
thought
like
that
on which
Afro
map
used...
though? Because I sucked until Shrine.
On Shrine as support, you were doing mad work. It was really difficult.
I was the guy on Ghost most of the time on Shrine.
We were kind of confused about Afro's name. We thought that was actually Dr. Michaelopoulos, so we assumed that he was
the full fucking map.
The first map we thought it was Dr. Michaelopoulos, because like literally
when Afro disconnected and Mike connected 5 seconds later. What?
No, I just had to leave a spot for him, man.
Yeah, I was like, what the hell? DRM is gone and Michaelopoulos is up. What?
Oh yeah, we thought you were trying to game Rakebob by making him really cautious because you thought like Doctor was gonna be out there with the support just waiting for him.
I did it to fuck with my own teammates.
Actually, Rakebob, you did know. Rakebob, you did know.
No, I
was
like,
subbing for Mike.
Who's DRM? I didn't think it was Dr. Michaelopoulos. I thought it was like, who the hell's DRM?
Yes, but when DRM disconnected and Michaelopoulos joined, you were, I think you did some remark about support play.
Maybe I did. Maybe I did.
Yeah, good game though.
Holy shit!
Yeah,
much fun. And
never
now
had
the tournament is
my
over.
stuff handed to me so
Oh,
badly.
Mega is being
before.
so salty. I do believe him though. Deep is fucking awful. He fucking makes you totally change class.
Yes, the same
Nala is
complaint.
awful still, but not as much.
That's the same complaint that everyone had when like it was either like Remy, me, or Snob like joined a server. People would complain that they would have to like completely change the way they were playing in order to compensate for that. And now it's Deepfrog who gets that. Deepfrog will join a pub server, and everyone will start like scrambling around for a different class or like do something different.
I think we can honestly say that Deepfrog has broken Balustrade.
Yes.
Like that map, you cannot play against Deepfrog anymore on that map.
Yeah, so you really need a recon on that on Balustrade to do anything. I think Agil's team really felt that, didn't you, when you played Balustrade one time?
Yeah, we couldn't really do anything.
Horrible.
You need to, and you need to have a recon on that map to do anything.
Oh, we hadn't really had much practice on that map either, so I think if we worked on it a bit, we could probably counter it somehow.
Yeah.
It's not unbeatable. It's just really hard.
You only really lost on Balustrade because Mega's so bad as recon.
Yeah, that's it.
Actually, one of the pushes in Shrine into the house, I was like, I killed Snyla because I ran out of ammo and some other recon was behind you and just scrambled out of there, and just for a very long time I was like, Snyla's dead, and suddenly like Snyla's name pops up. What the fuck did I kill then?
There was actually a point on Shrine where RTJ crashed, and I thought he was covering my back, and I think Servo killed me then, which was unfortunate.
Yeah, it sucks with the disconnecting. But at least mine was easily solved, but I think RTJ's is probably...
Well, as he said, he's becoming poor.
No. It was a response to an announcement to Mesiter. No, actually, I don't know what the fuck happens, but 3/4 of my crash were just the software crashing, and the other crash was actually my connection.
The Mafia.
Yeah, the Mafia.
Yeah, the Mafia guy into my house and crashing everything.
Yep.
I don't know how I'm going to spend the rest of my night now. Probably crying. Yeah, probably. Gonna be a lot of tears.
I'm glad.
I'm just like, I'm gonna go find someone to high five.
What was that after? We didn't catch
I
that.
think it's nice that Snyla never won a finals, to be honest.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
And I carried both my teams there as well. And still.
Oh yeah.
How am I salty? I don't do salt.
That sounds like Mega.
Yes, it was him saying that.
Yeah. Oh yeah, and this was technically the spring tourney.
I'm actually surprised that Mega thought I was an assault by default. But yeah, I do
So-
play. But today I felt really like I'm going recon, fuck it, and I didn't bother going support or assault at all.
Did everyone see my cool poster I made?
I haven't.
Yep.
Show me the poster.
Congratulations to
Poster.
taking
Have you
2015
heard of-
title then.
Have you heard of Photoshop?
No.
It might
So
be
is there-
20.
Is there any kind of prize then? Do you know for the
Photoshop,
finalists?
can you eat that?
Yeah, I'll link it later.
So, anything as a closure here? Anything?
I'm
Can
uninstalling
call it.
Neotokyo.
Why double recon on tarmac for both teams?
Did we double recon?
I
Yeah.
think we double supported double assault, right? I don't know.
We double
Afro
we double
played
recon
recon.
at some point.
Yeah, I switched around a bit.
Yeah, but
Oh,
not that
okay.
often. It was mostly, it was the other team mostly.
I'm not sure we really put much thought into
Which
the team
did?
comp. We were just
Which-
like,
yeah.
we'll keep a support and
I
that'll be
think
fine.
I think I switched to recon when I switched to mouse and keyboard at some points.
Yeah, I cannot imagine you being able to play recon with a
No,
controller.
it's tricky. It's really tricky to do the strafe jumping with the controller.
You got to be PC master race.
But yeah, I think the double recon is like pretty self-explanatory. Like they wanted to outdo me for picks, and they could easily do
Yeah.
that with 2-player. I mean, if it was just me versus Deep Frog, it probably would have been a pretty close matchup. I wouldn't really be able to say who'd win, like in that straight-up pick fight. But in 1 versus 2, it just didn't work out for me.
Yeah, regarding two recons on our side on tarmac was simply because I felt confident playing recon, and I think Defrogs did so too. And besides, it's as you pointed out, it's not all that common to see 2 recons on tarmac, which is actually a choke festival.
Yeah, true.
It's just moving around, switching around, doing stuff.
You did that a lot, actually. That was another thing which threw me off. Like, your team composition would change really frequently. At least, I don't know, the commentators would have been able to see this, but they'd, like, change class setups pretty frequently.
We
Not
like to
really.
keep it fresh.
We
It's
just
pretty stale.
switched.
It was...
the-
So it
well,
was just
the-
as you said, Bear, like, so they were just switching out who was on the front line then
Yeah,
instead.
exactly.
Yeah.
So
Right.
like, you just kept shooting into full health pools over and over again.
Right. Yeah, it was... Yeah, that's really off-putting.
I thought the
Yep.
best comp switch was when you guys went 5 assaults on Shrine, to be honest with you.
Our
Because
team...
What?
Yeah, when NSF went 5 assaults on Shrine because they
Oh,
were down.
really?
Like, yeah, they were down firepower, so they went to ZRS, which I think was a smart move.
I'm not sure, did we... I think we might have got 1 or 2 rounds with that, with assaults.
Yeah, it brought you back into the game, frankly. You guys were
Yeah.
not doing well up until that point.
Yeah, it was my team then, actually, that did that. Like,
Yeah,
me
yeah.
as playing as assault, I fucked up. Like, I died, like, the first time. Both times I was playing assault, but my team, when they all went assault, were doing really well and managed to do get that back, yeah.
Did we get a cap on Shrine? I can't remember.
No.
I think
Yeah.
no
No,
caps.
I think
you might have.
Frog,
Like,
Frog
there was one
yeah,
cap.
one for like
Yeah.
yourself, yeah.
Did we?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was
Okay.
unexpected. Totally.
Mm-hmm.
It was so unexpected that I still didn't know we had capped.
Yeah, I was
Right,
thinking,
yeah,
I was like, did
actually-
we cap it first or did we cap?
Yeah.
This is a really interesting round, actually, now that you bring it up. Essentially, we got picked, and so then we had minus guy advantage. So then we were defending the Ghost primarily. That's what we wanted to do. We knew it was close. We knew we had to watch it. But because you got the picks on us, we were then forced at that point to push up because of the time. And as we pushed up, Deep Frog must have gone through a choke point that our player that was killed could no longer
He went
cover.
straight
Yeah,
down South Alley.
that was Servo holding the T junction from the south side, and I I
So
killed him and then I rushed to the coast.
Yeah, so like at that point, my team's trying to push up and get kills, equalize it for a tie. Otherwise, we're just going to time out and lose. But while at the same time we're pushing up, Deep Frog is coming
Yeah.
behind us to cap the ghost, and it's really frustrating.
Yep.
It's so frustrating.
Wait,
It
who
worked
just
really well.
spoke?
One of the things I noticed was that you didn't really play Ghost. You didn't do the ghosting, whereas we, as often as we felt like it, we just took up the ghost and just started reporting locations.
We ghosted heavy on Shrine.
Yeah, Afro did a great job of doing the ghost stuff on Tarmac, and we did keep on getting in close ghosts actually, but it ended up working out pretty well for us.
I even said when Afro picked up the ghost, it's like, oh well, it's Michael holding a ghost, so they have a calm voice, giving clear actions and shit.
One of the scenarios was when the ghost was picked. Pizza had the SRS back then, and I think the Snyla, you were on the roof with the ZR long hiding.
If he had pushed up, they would probably have won the round because
Yeah,
I
I
was
said
just
that as
stuck
well.
there. I was so good lord.
I didn't want to peek against you though. Like, holy shit.
During that round, I was like, where? Pizza said he's somewhere in the west, somewhere there. He's inside. He's here. I was like,
oh,
and suddenly Ghost was picked up and said, "There's a guy above you." And I was, what the fuck?
It was great.
Yeah, like I didn't want to peek against Pizza because I thought he knew exactly where it was. It turns out that he
had
didn't.
no idea. I had absolutely no idea.
Yeah, I thought. So like, and then I
poker
heard
face.
Halcyon like run underneath me, and I was just like, "Fuck it, I'm out of here," and I ran off as quickly as I could. Like it was pretty scary.
Yeah, for both sides actually.
For both sides, scary. Wow.
I feel like I might have picked up the ZR Long a bit too late actually on Shrine.
Yeah, one of the ballsiest moves was like when I had the double A from Pizza and you came to the house with a ZR Long.
Yeah, I was hoping to get a look onto
Yeah, we
onto
were
the
calling
tea
it
house.
we were calling it ZR wrong.
Yeah, pretty much it was. Like, I think I would have probably done a lot better on Shrine if I'd picked it before you had the lieutenant weapons. Like, if I picked the ZR Long down when you only had your rifles, I probably could have done a lot better, but then I had to contend with, like, recons rushing with AAs and also SRSs. Yeah. So, like, I did pick it too late. The ZR Long, I probably would have done much better if I picked it straight
the
away.
Jerks video, I totally forgot about that. That brings back the feels, man. Brings back the feels.
Yeah, what else was there?